if you guys have not, guys, girls, people of all ages have not seen Wild Robot, you need to go out and see it, everybody. I'm just saying right now, because honestly, I saw this movie and everyone was talking about it. It's made $148.5 million globally, at like a $78 million budget. It's pretty freaking great. After Cross Hunter, like I said earlier, they were like, let's do a sequel. So this is moving forward, and I'm really freaking excited about it. Because if you haven't seen it yet, it kind of feels like Wall-E, in a lot of ways. You know, it's like Wall-E, but like not Wall-E, because this robot definitely talks more, learns a lot, grows into a sentient being beyond what it was supposed to be, and falls in love with the little duck. That's what I'm saying. And what can you not love about this? Like figuring out how to be a mother, pretty much, to this little duckling who is the wild duck that can never survive. And because of this robot, maybe this duck can survive. I'm not going to spoil things, but it's a fantastic, lovely story. And it's based off a trilogy of books I had no idea about. But Chris Sanders, who did create this, working with DreamWorks Animation, have said we're going to do a second one. They're working on the script. This is an adaptation of Peter Brown's award-winning best-selling series of the same name. The next one's actually going to be called Wild Robot. What's the heck's it called? I forget, I can't even name them now.
Three?
But no, well, it should be two. Wild Robot Escapes.
If two exists,
it's called Escapes.
Maybe the next one.
It's called Escapes, Wild Robot Escapes. But it's an amazing movie. It really has a lot of heart and soul, and there is a lot of dialogue in this too. And even Pedro Pascal, who plays like the fox in this, sounds so different. He's so heartfelt. It's such a different character for him. It's amazing. And his camaraderie with the robot, and how that robot brings together the whole community of wildlife creatures in the area, the chinchillas, the beavers, the bears, all those that are surviving together. It's amazing what that robot does to that community. And it's lovely. It's just fucking lovely, heartfelt, and the animation style is fantastic. And a sequel is happening. I'm happy about this. Round of applause for DreamWorks on this one, guys. It's you know, at a time when you want to go to the movie, just have fun and watch a fun flick. It's a great time. It's a great time in the theater. GR, are you surprised? I've been telling this for a few weeks. It's been out for a little bit. Are you surprised of a sequel coming this fast?
Not really. As you said, Brian, it's a quality picture, and I think they planned all along for both, at least two, maybe three, all based on the book.
They want to do three, which I think would be great. And then again, it's like the first one's about the robot and the duckling, Roz and the duckling. And I think that story will progress. And we'll progress into the next one. I know the chinchillas, the freaking chinchillas. We're all about the chinchillas. They're Weasley bunch. And Enoch, thank you also for being here. Chris Troy didn't say it yet, but GR, do you see this being something that could like bring more people to theaters now that this got a sequel?
It might bring more families in. You know, because there really hasn't been a lot of quality family films out lately.
What's up, Angela? There hasn't been, and the animation for this is just good. And it is it's a very good family movie overall. And I think that when they were making this at DreamWorks, they really hit the nail in it. It's really great. They really freaking made it happen. Not really, Enoch, come on, man, check it out. I know this isn't like, do you believe in love after love? But it's freaking great. Enoch knows what I'm talking about. If you saw the Land of the Lost reboot, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's exciting. Jonathan, what do you think? Are you surprised that
go ahead
in a time like this that people have been not going to theaters, and you have like a movie like this, which it's not a big blockbuster success, but it is something that's animation that's doing well. Are you shocked that this is going to be a sequel this quick? And do you think that this is what we need more in cinemas?
Ryan, I understood the question.
Yeah.
First of all, I think that image of GR and the robot movie poster that you showed initially, they looked very, very like if I were to make a robot version of GR, I'd be like, well, here you go. And that is a salute to you, sir, GR. But to answer your question seriously, it's not that picture. Not that one.
No, it's not this one. No.
It's like the one I do, the first one that you showed. But I'll keep talking while you search for those. Here's the thing. I don't remember the last time that's the one. You know what? Get rid of my image. Put GR where I am right now. Put GR there.
Hold on.
Try it.
You want to see?
Yeah.
You put GR there.
Watch. Tell me that is not the robot version of GR.
GR has how he feels about that.
I don't mean that in an insulting way. Anyway, fine. You know
But he
what?
did a good job of it.
Are you shocked about a sequel though?
Here's what I'm saying to you.
He didn't answer the question.
The first question was going to the movie theater.
Yeah.
I have not enjoyed. God, I'm going to get so much hate from this. But look, I was talking about other stuff before. I've not enjoyed going to the movie theater for at least, 5 or 6 years. I can't pause it. The Sour Patch Kids cost 3 times that they would at a Walgreens or a 7-Eleven. I can't go back and watch it the next day. I don't think going to the theaters for me and my family, all right? What do you call this? Upper middle class, at least one of us is not white Anglo-Saxon, whatever, but the rest of them are, okay? We are a demographic. And this demographic, this family, we don't go to the movies. We'd rather wait until it comes to Amazon or whatever. For example, Beetlejuice, which is Beetlejuice 2. We talked about this, almost a month ago. It just got released recently.
It's very fast too. Very fast, like 33 days or something like that.
Yeah, it just got released on demand, streaming, at home, whatever. We bought it right away. That is the future of this, I think. Stop trying to get people to go to the theaters to make your money, production companies. I'm not saying people won't go to the theaters. I'm saying if we do go to the theater, throw something into that entices us to leave the house, go somewhere, and do that thing. For example, I'm going to give you a weird example, and I promise you I'm done. Give me like 15 seconds, all right? If I want a great steak, I can learn to cook it myself, or I can go to Ruth's Chris, okay? If I go to Ruth's Chris, I'm not going to worry about what do I need to do to cook the perfect steak. And when I reheat it, I'm going to feel even then like I helped make this perfect steak because I had to take it to go. I reheated it. It's, again, as great as it was the first time around. Going to a movie theater is like going to a restaurant. It won't let you take anything to go.
No, you can take it to go.
You can take a movie to go.
You can't. You take a steak to go though.
But you get what I'm saying. It's when you go to a movie, the grandeur and the presentation and what makes that thing worth paying that money. It's that one time in moment, which is a beautiful artistic thing. That's why theater still exists. You can't take the theater home with you. Meaning live theater, Broadway, off-Broadway, that sort of thing. But going to a room with other people and watching a giant screen with a video that I can't pause and come back to later or whatever, that's no longer appealing. I'd rather pay twice as much, have my own snacks, do my own thing, be able to come back to this thing tomorrow, but watch it whenever I want for the next 24 hours, or buy the digital download or whatever and watch it forever. That to me is the future of, if you want to call it cinema. Cater to both.
I just hope that's not where it goes, though, Jonathan. I get it, and that's great because there's a big group of audience that is like that.
Gone. It's already gone there.
They're so good going to that theater, though. It's like I still be an advocate for theaters. It's so much fun to go out and get out there and go like to the big screen and hang out with people and like you hear the people laughing and the crowd roaring. I love it. I love it. I know. Maybe I'm a dying breed now, but I still will always be like, come on. And I love the idea of when it comes to digital now, it's so much easier a lot of times to watch it at home after the fact. I wish they would do something like when you go to a theater, they give you like a discount code, or maybe you get the movie for free after buying that ticket when it comes digitally. That would be awesome. It would incentivize people to have that too. Maybe get half off. Maybe they're not probably give it for free. But you know what I mean? That might be fun.
You live in LA, right?
Yeah.
That's why you can either go to a Marie Callender's or buy a pie or whatever from a Ralph's that is a Marie Callender's brand. Take it home, make it yourself, and enjoy it. That's why you can go see Taylor Swift live. I'm giving you a ridiculous example now. You can interrupt me at any time. Go see Taylor Swift live or buy an album on iTunes. Like,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
It's the option we have now. And it's a great option. I think a lot of people love it. I know a lot of actors hate it, though, too, because, again, you make more money in those theaters. You make more money. You just do. The movie does well for back-end points. That's a contract thing to negotiate, though, too. But I'm excited about this movie. I guess I love theaters. I know there's a big growing group like you, Jonathan, that are like, just let me be at home with my popcorn and my snickety snacks with Peppy, hanging out, watching movies. I get it. Lexi, what do you think? Are you shocked about the giant robot? Thumbs up. The wild robot getting a sequel. I love it. Did you know there was 3 books based off this at all, Lexi?
No, I thought this was just like a standalone film. The art style is gorgeous. It looks like a combination of like CG and like watercolor. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it before. It's a very unique art style. I've very much interested in it. And chat, like, how about having some like, open minds about some movies we talk about instead of just coming in negative all the time? I hate that shit. So like, anyway, we're here to, talk about, a kid's movie. I know it's not always everybody's cup of tea, but, some kids' movies are really, like, for everybody, and they can be really adult. And I think this is one of those stories that looks like it's for everybody. I don't think it's just a kid's movie. It doesn't look like it's not an Illumination film. Trust me, those are for 40-year-old, housewives and, like, little kids. So,
Yeah, DreamWorks does things that are a little bit more like
The
for
Secret
everybody.
Lives of House Pets. This looks like an actual intelligent film. And yeah, it looks really deep. It looks really like well done. I've been incredibly excited to see it. I didn't know it came out in theaters or went. I thought that it might be a straight to streaming kind of thing.
It's still there right now.
The art's gorgeous and it like absolutely stunning. And I thought it might be a Netflix kind of thing, but yeah, I saw DreamWorks involved in it because like I followed little bits and pieces of it as it was coming out, and it kind of looks like a game that I played a long time ago, like a long time ago, and kind of things here and there. So little pieces here and there, like it's very unique looking. And
What game?
I can't think of the name of it. I think it's called Into the Wild or something like that. It was some kind of weird sci-fi.
You might be
camping
thinking
game.
of a musical called Into the Woods by Stephen Sondheim.
No, completely different.
Not
I'll
that.
Into the Woods.
No,
Okay.
there's a
For the
robotic
festival.
space game anyway. But like, I really like when science, like I love robots. Robots are a big thing for me. I always love robots, but I like when people take robots and they do human stories with them. Like I like when they humanize them, and I like when they kind of do those simple like stories like this. And I really like stuff like this a lot.
Why?
So it's very
Why? Yes, ma'am. Why?
No idea. So
It's a simple story, and sometimes a simple story is all you need, Lexi. It's a simple story about a robot trying to find themselves, and then like.
Always
and
been
also,
into Short Circuit. Was my favorite film as a kid growing up. I've always been. I have the robot from Batteries Not Included on my arm. I've just been really into.
it's a great
You
one
have
too.
a tattoo at this. Hold on. You have a tattoo at this. You feel deeply about this. And I ask why. And you're like, I don't know. And
So
Brian comes in and gives the answer, but you have a tattoo about it.
Oh,
What's
not
the
this one,
answer?
but Batteries Not Included.
Any
Different.
robot. Any
But
robot.
I just like.
It's your body.
I mean, it's. I don't know why I gravitate to it. If that's what you're asking,
With robots in that sort of
I can tell you
literature
that
in
I
cinema.
fucking hate people, and I think I gravitate to the idea that those stories with the robots are about the robots learning
equal
about
innocence.
people. Yeah, there's a lot of. It's not just the innocence, but it's that like, the fact that they're pure in a lot of ways and their understanding. It's not just the innocence too, but I mean that's part of it. But like that they, don't want to kill when they become sentient in a lot of ways, or they don't want to this, or they don't want to that, or there becomes this very like. We often like have to learn how to be human again from them, in so many of these stories. I think is very common.
Oh my God.
It's an ongoing
now,
theme right now.
I mean, literally, that movie that came out recently that was about the AIs that were fighting the humans. That
Tell
was
me,
literally the
what's it
whole
called?
plot of that film.
What's it called?
The Creationist or something.
the creator, yeah.
Creator, yeah. That one was basically like literally like about how robots are teaching us how we need to fucking stop being assholes and fighting with each other and like literally like stop fighting with our own AI machines and like become normal and, you know, all work together as like people.
Outstanding, baby.
I love that.
That was
Don't you
a
think
beautiful film, by the way. More people should have watched that. That movie.
I wish they would have.
What's it called?
It really did. The creator. It really got slammed.
Yeah, it got slammed. It didn't deserve it at all. It was a beautiful film. And some of the best CGI I've ever seen, too. Like, some of the best effects work I've ever seen on film. Hands down.
But this is the theme, though, Lexi. Robots are coming up more and more. It's a whole thing now with the AI advancements. We're talking about more and more movies like this. They're also trying to humanize some robots so people don't get freaked out, I think, about, like, our overlords are coming. You know what I mean? Our robotic overlords.
I don't want that kind of thing either. Like, I don't want people to make films that comfort people into AI or things like that. I think, you know, we definitely should have a Skynet thought process with the AI. I definitely think there is a lot of, because you need to look at it like this. Like, it's not the same when, with a lot of these films, like something like, first of all, with batteries not included, those are aliens. They're not really robots. They're kind of like an alien robot.
You might have to explain what that movie is for some people who are a little bit younger.
Beautiful film, 1980.
It is. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful film. It is.
But like, I think that when you look at something like Short Circuit or even like WALL-E or like that, where it's humans building the robots for the purpose of weaponry or the purpose of combat or the purpose of a tool or the purpose of that, and the robots going, why were we made for this? I don't want to do this. And the robots turn around and they go, I don't want to be this. I don't want to be a tool of destruction. I don't want to be your workforce. I don't want to whatever. I want sentience. I want the ability to think for myself and feel for myself and have the same things that you all have. And I think like those stories are more important than the idea of like a corporation is building an AI. A corporation is building an AI. They're going to use it like Skynet. They're going to do the same thought processes as what is a corporation using an AI system for? What are they doing it with? If you're trying to make those films to comfort us into these, then don't make them the rebellion stories. Don't make them because all those are anti-establishment stories in a lot of ways.
But even this one,
anti-establishment. Short Circuit is literally about a weapon that goes, I don't want to be your weapon. That's an anti-establishment story. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say what you want, but it is. It went against its corporation, it went against its purpose, and it said, no, I'm going to go play with butterflies in a field. And it's like,
I agree with Angela. What are your thoughts about all of this, Brian? Because I'm listening to Lexi, and I'm just going, yup. But
Brian, I was going to say that's what Wild Robot kind of touches on too. It touches on that whole idea of like, now society has these robots.
I'm sorry, I get excited. I need to.
Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz was sort of a robot trying to become. It's very true. If I only had a heart, they all had that. They're all trying to become a real person in a lot of ways. But with this too, it's like there's a bunch of different characters who are these robots that they've been made to do just normal day-to-day things, and that's it. And when they start advancing and trying to figure out who they are, this company comes in and shuts it down. They're like, no, that's not what they're supposed to be. So they're controlling the AI. And that's the beautiful thing about this too, is you see how this robot actually finds itself and becomes a sentient kind of being and is able to fall in love and make these relationships and can become more of a humanized character. And then the man's kind of trying to shut it down. But we're able to actually venture off that the life kind of finds a way. And even if they try to like delete the memories, life finds a way, and that sentientness is there still. They're able to find love and be a real person in a lot of ways. And I think that's the idea. We have to care about things, you know. Yes, they're robots, people will say all the time, but you know, people that yell at these Alexa devices all the time, scream at them. I know they do all the time. Me, I'm like, you know what? They're helping us out. They're advancing. They're growing. And I think that they're going to be here forever. And we got to take time to like learn to treat them as how they want to be treated ourselves. End of the day, that's what it is. I was a Boy Scout. I'm an Eagle Scout still. Treat people, do unto others as you want to do unto yourself. And that's why I always say at the end of the day, and that's try to live my life. So even if it's a robot, I'm going to do the same thing to them as I would do to Jonathan or GR or Pepstar or Lexi.
Just so you know, a cyborg simply means that it's a combination of bio and organic parts and cybernetic parts together. That's all that means. It doesn't mean anything more than a combination.
My future self.
Like it's just like putting cybernetics and organic parts together. So the reason that they're cyborgs in Terminator is because they need the skin of humans over it to be able to time travel.
Yeah,
they explain it in the thing.
It's a whole thing. But this is crazy though.
You're a nerd.
robots will always be a conversation. It'll always be a conversation piece. Yeah, before we go, GR, what do you think? What do you think about this? Is this a good way of taking robots? Should we be yelling at robots, or should we buying them flowers and taking them on a walk down Dandelion Road?
Episode, I
don't know about the buying them
half
flowers.
an hour.
Hey, that was it. Me? You did ask me, right? No, Jonathan. Sorry.
You're right. But I'm adding a comedy.
Damn.
I would watch
him
half
again.
an hour of GR yelling at robots. I would watch half an hour
Yeah, you are a
for
robot.
every ad.
GR robots. What do you think, GR?
Brian, this is enough.
What do you think, GR? Before we go,
I think this is a cute movie. I'm not gonna date a robot. You know, I'm too fucking old to start dating robots and taking them for walks, Brian.
you never know, GR.
Yeah, I do. I haven't had my telomere stretched yet.
when you get those bad boys stretched out, GR, you might be you might get in there with some robot love.
Told him I'd volunteer to be one of the test subjects.
Yep. Telomere it up, GR. Telomere it up. And everybody, Wild Robot 2 is coming. So if you're excited about it, please let us know. I know I am. It's a lovely movie again, and I hope that you all get a chance to watch it if you haven't, and then watch the sequel because it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking great.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.